Hey everybody, welcome to episode 7 of All This Science, the science podcast that describes one science concept in 5 minutes. All This Science is the second best science podcast in the world. The best? Well, it's a tie between all the other science podcasts. It's the summer of 2017 and it's hot. I want a cold glass of milk from the fridge. How does the milk stay cold? Let's look at the structure and function of a common everyday fridge to explain why. Cool idea. So you have a plastic steel insulated box in which you put the milk. You want the box to be insulated so you don't have thermal energy flowing in from outside the fridge. You have a refrigerant, a fluid that flows through the coils of the fridge. This chemical is volatile, meaning it can easily convert from the liquid to gas phase. 2,3,3,3 tetrafluoropropene is being used more and more as the refrigerant because it has much less detrimental consequences, ozone depletion, global warming, than the older CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, and their cousins that were used. Evaporator coils are copper or aluminum coils in the refrigerator box. You can't see them, they're hidden behind a panel, but they are needed for vaporization of the refrigerant to happen. Condenser coils are on the back of the fridge. They function like a car radiator. The compressor functions like a tire pump, using that car analogy. And you have a capillary coil system, which creates a sufficient temperature difference, and fans, like the thousands of you who have subscribed to All This Science. By the way, there's rumors that Neil deGrasse Tyson might be subscribing to my podcast, but originating in Canada, he has to log in as Neil deGrasse Hi Tyson. So, let's put it together. Cold liquid refrigerant flows into the evaporator coils. A fan draws air from the refrigerator and blows it over the evaporator coils. The liquid refrigerant absorbs heat from the air, and the air blows back into the refrigerator at a lower temperature, cooling the refrigerator box. The liquid refrigerant starts to vaporize as it heats up and moves to the compressor. It's the same idea as evaporative cooling in our body. We sweat, and the water evaporates, and we cool off. The compressor squeezes the refrigerant, which raises the temperature of the gas. Powered by an electric motor, when the compressor kicks in, when it gets the signal from the thermostat to do so, you hear a humming sound and sometimes even see the lights flicker because the fridge is drawing current electricity. The gas is then pumped through the condenser coils. Another fan blows across the condenser coils, cooling the gas and releasing the heat out of the refrigerator to the outside world in an exothermic process. That's why there are regions which are hot to touch on the outside of your fridge. As the heat is released, the refrigerant turns back into a liquid. The liquid then flows through an expansion device, which is the capillary coils, that reduces the pressure, which turns some of the refrigerant to gas, around 20%. And this release of extra heat makes the liquid even colder as it flows into the evaporator coils. And the cycle starts again, absorbing heat from inside the refrigerator. So, we aren't pumping cold air into the fridge, we're pumping in cold refrigerant. Also, you can't cool a room by opening the fridge door. Whatever coolness you temporarily feel by putting your head near the fridge opening is offset by the heat release to the outside on the back of the fridge. Now, why do we need to keep the food cold, the fridge operating temperature around 5 degrees Celsius? Because bacteria don't multiply as quickly in the colder temperature environment, so food doesn't spoil as quickly. Here's some fridge tips. The bulb is out when the fridge door is closed. Don't give me no Schrodinger's cat or Dr. Seuss Schrodinger's cat in the hat baloney. Don't shove your head into the fridge and then try to shut it really quickly to see if the bulb stays on. It doesn't. Also, you should vacuum the bottom of the fridge once a year. Otherwise, you get these gross hairs which start to interfere with the compressor and fan motors. You have to remove that long rectangular plate near the bottom to get to the grills to vacuum it out. It's like a sneeze guard at a salad bar. Don't you hate salad bars and buffets, the people who eat the food while they're still standing? That just drives me bananas. Like, get your food, sit down. Don't nibble at it. Don't get your mayonnaise dripped into my salad. It really bugs me. I'd like to say a poem about fridges. Sometimes I do poems on this podcast because I think they're fun. So, here we go. This is Ode to a Fridge. A fridge chills out both day and night. Open the door to see the light. We thank you for your years of service, 'cause multiplying bacteria makes us nervous. Liquid vapor saturation. Glad you let us bring home the bacon. Do you have a fridge poem? Let me know. text me. Don't text me. Tweet me at allthisscience or email me at allthisscience@gmail.com. I'll say your poem on a future episode. And maybe I'll pin it to my fridge. See you next time.